Hello all. Welcome to the webinar about our release 12.2. For all who do not know me, I'm Jelmer de Wilde. I'm talking you through the updates that we made and that we released just yesterday. Thank you all for joining. We have a lot of attendance actually. It is one of the first times we do a webinar hosted by ourselves. Yeah, we said to each other, well, we should probably start small. But according to the attendant people, it is not really a small webinar. Still, the setup is quite simple. I guide you through the topics that we added with 12.2, the new features, the improvements, and the things. So the whole setup of this webinar is just to show the screen, show the software live, all in action, all the new things. As said, we shared the whole release yesterday, so we published the release notes. Everything is available on our website. And actually, yeah, I will just show them. So the topics that we will discuss, yeah, can also be found in the release notes. I made a simple summary over here for the new topics. So we start with the new control apps, then the new displaying capabilities in EasyCam, the transcription module, improvements in our confidentiality mode, portal, the new features, improvements in the template editor, the video template, how we improved that one as well, and the new feature in Connect, which is the breakout rooms. So the first topic is the new control apps. All of you who are familiar know this app. It's EasyConf Control. And yeah, although you don't immediately see it, the whole app was built up from scratch. New, so it's more like a technical overhaul than a functional overhaul, but it's also good to highlight in this webinar, because what we tried to do and what we did is to make the whole installation experience unique, unified. I mean, for all the platforms. So what we support is Windows, iOS, Android, and now we're also launching macOS as a supported platform. And what we did, we completely rewritten everything, and all the setting screens and everything is now shared among all those platforms. You can still find it if you hit F12, just like before, but you just see more information about the rooms that are discovered on the network here. It will highlight the room that you are connected to right now. On top, you see the known rooms, and also is listed if you have more known rooms for this client. You also see a list of them, and you can switch between them if you know what you do, right? So it's a little bit deeper. It also suits the fallback scenario where you have two MVI machines, where for redundancy, where you can prioritize to one and the other as fallback. That's all in here. Some more settings are here as well. And if you would go to the iPad app or to the Android app, the screens will be the same. So the experience and the way you install and configure things are just the same now on all the platforms. That's the big advantage of this new app. Then further, we also improved all the models, let's say. So if you want to change a text in this text area, yeah, you can see we redesigned everything. So those are the smaller things that show you that we actually changed the underlying techniques. Further, as more like a gimmick, but you can navigate through the pages with your keyboard. That is now supported, as you can see, the highlight. And what is also supported, which we got some requests for, is this pin pad, where you can now enter a code using your keyboard. This was previously not possible, and you always had to click with your mouse. But now you can use it. You can use it using your keyboard as well. Let me wait a bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and it switches to this template. Further, what we added is the possibility to require confirmation on certain buttons. So normally, if you hit this plus button, for example, it will create a new meeting immediately, or hit delete. But in the template editor, but that's also a little bit technical, but also nice for those who like to know, is there's a new option. It's called button requires user confirmation. If you enable it, you will first get a prompt and asking for confirmation. Are you sure you want to do this? No, cancel. Well, I confirm it now, and for the deletion, it's the same. And if you remove it, it will just work as before. This is also new. Yes, remove it. So those are the small things that we improved. Yeah, so the iPad app and the macOS app, as said, are also using this whole new setup, let's say. We will push them later this week or maybe next week, because a lot of because they will auto update, and we need to make sure that we are backwards compatible. So we are dealing with some small modifications to be backwards compatible with versions going back to 11.0, in order to prevent problems in the field. Let's say if your room is still on an older version. So that's expected, those apps. And it's good to know that that right today, you cannot download them yet, but they will be available soon. So that's about the new control apps. Well, no, one more thing. So on this platform, you can hit F12. It goes to the settings. Of course, on the touch devices like the Android app and the iOS app, it's often not easy to hit F12. So you can click at the left bottom of your client, and if you do it like 7 times, you will see this screen where you need to enter a PIN code. The PIN code is just fixed. It is 2010. But it's just to prevent that people who should not be in the settings end up in the settings. And then you can also see it. And to make it easy to access the settings, in case you have, for example, a room full with delegate UI or nameplates or devices like that, you can go into the settings window. We'll move it to this screen. And then, for example, highlight this one. It showed the boundary. And then if you hit here, additional settings, we redid this settings menu. You can say open settings, and then it will open the settings on all connected devices, as you can see in the background. And the same is true for closing the settings. So that's also for easy installation. As said, this is now visible here in this Windows client, but it will just work the same on all the platforms. So that's ease of installation, that we made a big step. So that's the first topic about the new control apps. Then the second topic is about the new displaying capabilities in EasyCam. So I will head over to start a meeting, and then what you can see in this client, I will maximize it, is in this template the video feed is big, is a little bit bigger than on the other windows. So here you can see our new, what we call the meeting information overlay. It shows the title dynamically, the title of the meeting in this case. And it can also show the title of the agenda item. So as soon as you start the agenda item, it will show that title instead. And you can also start a vote, and then it will show that title of that vote. If I go back, let me first stop the vote. If you have a really long agenda item, we'll do it like this. Previously, you had to use templates to show this kind of information as meeting overlay, but yeah, specifically for agenda items and agenda descriptions, these are often too long to be displayed in one line. So this new component will automatically start to scroll, as you can see. And further, if I let me see, add a long agenda description, is, yeah, so previously you triggered those overlays using these buttons below here, We change these buttons. In this case, it will now, these buttons will now trigger the overlay options. So you can hide it at all. You can see it small in the corner over here, show it on top, or show it as a full screen overlay. And in this case, let me see, is it long enough? Yeah, so as you can see, the description of this agenda item is now very long. And we got these requests many times that you say, okay, well, we would like to show a very long text, and would it be able to scroll it slowly through the screen, allowing it to be, visible in the live stream, in the recording afterwards. And that's, you see it in action here. Let me turn it back to agenda on top. Let me see. So those were the meeting. This is the new meeting overlay in action. Then, also the ticker tape has been rewritten. Let's say redesigned. Well, it's nothing special. It just looks the same as the old one. Instead, you can now choose your own font. It's just a little bit more flexible. Just little improvements, let's say. Then we are at the topic of I will make my screen a little smaller, because here I have two simulated microphones, and that allows me to show you the new lower thirds. Also, these have been completely rewritten. Actually, I see that the alignment is just not perfect. That was a modification I did. So we redid the whole framework behind the lower thirds. Previously, it was all based on fixed values in the settings. Now it's more dynamic. It's all based on an HTML CSS template. That's also available for you to edit. I will show that soon. As you can see, this is the example that, the design is actually, we mimicked the design that we used before, but now it's based on HTML CSS. And if you activate a second microphone, you can see it as well. It's split screen. Of course, the speech time is still possible. So these kind of feature-wise, there's no real big change. Let's say it's more that the technique behind it is new. And the cool thing about that is that it allows for animations and other cool things. So let me turn to the settings of EasyCam here in the positions and lower thirds tab. So a lot of these settings has been cleaned, because many of them can now be changed in the HTML and CSS. We provide you with 3 examples right now, where if you switch to the fade in, fade out example, for example, you can see it in the background. Animations are not as smooth on Teams as here, but you can see them fade in and fade out. And these kind of animations are now possible, and they fade out now as well, so it will probably come back. I can see the speech time is still there. Should maybe be toggled off when you also fade out, but that's what I want to show as well. So if you hit the open HTML folder here, you can see that we provide just the HTML as open source, let's say. And you can also clone them and make modifications yourself. So if you open it in your favorite text editor, you can go in and check the code that is behind. So the animations, the positioning, the coloring, everything is it can be changed here. Of course, you need a little bit understanding of HTML and CSS, but that's a lot of information about that is available online. And here we made it easy, because this example is nice because it has a nice fade out as well. But if you turn the animation count to 1, I can I can select that here as well. Oops, let me see. Oh, yeah, I need to refresh so it reads the new template that I just created. And if you select that one, it will, is it clear enough? So it will fade in and it will stay because the animation is not repeated, so it will not fade out in this case. And then you also see the time here. Well, names are just cut off in a nice way. The positioning is more dynamic. So if you have no title, it will be aligned. These kind of things are now possible. So that's also a big improvement. Yeah, you can choose your own font as you can see. So this font in the lower third is now set to our default font, but you can use your font as well. That was also not really possible in the previous system, but now it is. So that's also cool. But yeah, basically that's it about the new displaying capabilities in EasyCam, and we're going to the third topic, which is our transcription module. So what we added in this release is a whole new module about transcription. It's an on-premise solution to display the subtitles, live subtitles generated by an AI model, and it can also be used as a transcription in our meeting reporter. Well, what does that look like? I will start it at my other screen. I can start the transcription module. This is based on open source Whisper speech to text model that we use to translate speech to text, and this text is then used in our suite as a subtitle in EasyCam. Yeah, there you can see. So what I said in English actually comes out in Dutch in this case, but now I changed it to English. So I'm expecting to see my transcription. So what it uses just my input from my microphone in this case on my MVI machine, and it transforms it into text live. And what you can see is how it is being displayed in EasyCam. I hope it may be a little small, but I hope you can see it. So what we put some effort in displaying it in a nice way, the scrolling effect, and to see how, just to make it visible here. What we also did is in EasyCam, you have, this is called our main screen view, where everything is visible. So our meeting overlay, your lower thirds, everything. But you can also send a different view to your streaming or recording provider where the subtitle is not visible, because often you don't want to have it in that video, because then the streaming provider can put their lower third or their subtitles on it, and that's also a new addition. So basically that's the displaying of subtitles that has been added. And as said, the module that we deliver to make this possible is a speech-to-text engine that's open source. So we wrapped it and made it possible to work with the whole suite, and that's also downloadable on our website. It works off grid, so it doesn't use an online service or anything. It's just running on my laptop now. That can work and suffices probably for a lot of applications. Well, what I like to do is to start some agenda points. Maybe I should also turn on a new microphone, because what we do with the transcription module, so what we also do is combine this translation, so this transcription, we also combine it in our meeting report. And therefore I turn on some microphones now, just to make sure we have some content over there. Then as soon as I stop the meeting, I can head over to our portal. So I switch to the portal now, where we can find the meeting reporter, and this is the meeting that I just that I just started. where you can see the meeting report of everything that just happened. And then on top, I can open this menu where you can see also the vote reports, and in this case also the transcription file. So let's go to the English one. Well, what we do in this view is we combine all the transcription metadata. We combine it with all the other metadata that we have. And that's also what you can see. So here are the things that I just said during the meeting. And we, as you can see, we make a report out of it combined with the other metadata. So it's a start of an agenda point, an agenda item, the start of a speaker, the stop of a speaker. And this more or less gives the outline of the meeting. Of course, the AI that we supply, well, as I said, that's open source, so the quality of it is depends on the AI, let's say, and in this case, EasyCam is written, yeah, just as we do it as well. But in case you want to, if you say afterwards, like, oh man, this needs to be changed, this needs a little update, yeah, where I cannot find it that fast, but you can modify it. No, this was not required. Beep. We can put that in the transcript as well, for example. And if you go back to the transcript, you will see that here as well. So in this case, you can still modify it and then of course print it or distribute it, yeah, the way you like it. This data is also available as metadata. So the whole report here is based on the whole metadata of the whole report here is based on metadata, meaning that if your meeting is in a closed session, you can also block this metadata, meaning the transcript will also yeah, miss this part of the meeting. So that's also good to know that how it all fits together, let's say. Yeah, so on the one hand, that we provide an AI model that can be used on premise is part of the module based on Whisper, as I said. Further, the displaying of subtitles and the whole reporting afterwards. That's all part of this new module. The module also, because of course we get questions about what languages are supported and things like that. Well, we can give you a list of that. It's based on the Whisper model, as said, and there are some standard measures on quality for it. So some languages are just better than the other, let's say. If you know your own provider in your own region about your own language, maybe specific how do you say, accents, local languages, these can yeah, these providers can in theory be incorporated in this whole flow. So the whole module allows other parties, let's say, to provide the live subtitles and live transcriptions, but then use EasyCam and the whole EasyConf suite to display it. So that's also good to know. Then next up is the confidentiality improvements. Yeah, so as you all know, we're in the our software is used in during formal meetings where sometimes where a lot of the meeting is publicly available in streaming or recordings, but parts are also not, and that's where our confidentiality profiles come in, because you can turn to different levels of confidentiality based on your needs. And we expanded this again. What was possible previously was to be able to block outputs, meaning the live stream could be blocked, so it could receive an overlay. I can show it here at the bottom. It's a simple template where you can provide a message to the live stream, like the meeting is in a closed session, streaming will continue afterwards. But previously, it would block all your videos. So wherever you wanted to, wherever your video goes, let's say, it will be blocked. And we redesigned this. So in the confidentiality profile, you can now see that we have this template. But you can, in addition to selecting the template, you can also select which outputs of EasyCam you want to block. These are all listed here. And as you can see, here are the displays, and I can move it over to this screen. So this is EasyCam minimized, let's say, where you see the left-hand side and the right-hand side. And if I open up, where I can open up the profile, there's a little hold time. You can see two screens, the first display output and the second display output. If I activate this profile, it will block only the second screen, well, and all the others, but the first one will not be blocked, and that's what you can see here on top. If you switch to another profile that has everything blocked, then as soon as you activate it, it will block everything. First go open and then activate it. Then it will be blocked. So everything is blocked in that case. And this is a big addition because in before 12.2 this was often solved in AV, let's say, with overlays on particular outputs, some routing, so video routing. But now this all can be done from EasyCam itself. Then the other addition, you can also already see it in the screen, is the fact that EasyConf Connect was previously, EasyConf Connect is our hybrid solution to allow remote participants to join the meeting, that it was previously not available as soon as you turned into confidentiality mode. But this has been added. So from now on, you can also use EasyConf Connect if you're in confidentiality mode, depending, of course, on whether the right people that are remote needs to be in there or not. And that can be specified even further, because you can say it's like public members. If you have a group called public members, for example, you can say public members and, well, public, just public members and public. Everybody belonging to this group should be blocked in this mode. And that's possible. That's possible now. So everybody who is in the meeting that is member of this group will just be kicked out of the meeting, let's say, and we'll see in the landing page of EasyConf Connect, they will read a message like currently the meeting is in a confidentiality mode or in a closed session. I don't know the exact wording. And then as soon as you go back to open, they are able to join again. So that's also an addition to the confidentiality modes that we have. Then next up is the portal improvements. I already showed the portal just shortly. And as you might know, we're always improving on all the products that we have, and the portal is one of the bigger new things that will evolve with every release. And one of the things that we did now is the integration of our DMS adapters inside the portal. So on the left-hand side, you can see adapters. There's a new page showing which adapters you currently have active. So I have the simulator active, and I have, at the bottom, you can see a list of other adapters that we have available. If you click it, you can see that you need to install it, etc., etc. But as soon as it connects, it will also show up here. You can see the logging of it, so more details in synchronization or possible problems. You can see it from the portal. So that's a big addition. And further, specifically for DMS adapters, for those who do not know, DMS adapters is the word we use for integration with meeting management, meeting document management solutions that are used a lot actually in councils. And we provide many DMS adapters. With the release of 12.2, we also launched 2 new adapters. That's this one, the Alleris. It's from a German provider. And let's say Harbor, it's from an Australian provider. And we create off-the-shelf integrations with it. and these are embedded in the portal now, meaning that from here, from the meeting preparation tab, you can prepare your meetings, but from here you can also start the synchronization with your DMS system. In this case, I have the Notibis adapter installed. Notibis is a Dutch document management system, council management system. And what we can do is we can sync from here all the meetings that are scheduled for this time. I think I put a bigger range to be able to have some meetings from some days ago. All the titles are in Dutch, but the concept is clear. These meetings, they come out of the document management system and can be used inside our software suite. So names of all the participants, all the groups, the titles, also the rights. So if they have vote right, if they have manage rights, if they should have speech time or not, these settings come out of the DMS system and can be synchronized to the portal. The good thing about this integration with the portal is that you can check all the meeting details before you actually start the meeting in the room, which will trigger a lot of hardware probably. But in the portal, you can just review the configuration, and you can even modify it if you want to. Also, you can check the agenda items that were synced out of the DMS system, and these are visible here as well. Then as soon as you start the meeting, you can resync the agenda. So meaning if you do changes in your document management system, add agenda items, add vote items, change amendments, motions, they can be synced from here as well. So the whole meeting content management can be done here if you like. So that's also a big integration that we added in the portal. Then we have two more improvements that I want to highlight. It is the fact that we moved more settings from the classical interface, let's say. So from the interface you have over here, a lot of you are familiar with it. So we moved quite some of those settings. You can see them over here. We moved them, we marked them end of life, and with a hint use portal. And also these, we moved them to the portal. And how does that work? Well, in the meeting preparation, you can go to templates, and there you have it's already pre-populated by an entry meeting default values with a little star that contains all the settings below here in this advanced section that were previously available in the other screens. The good thing is here you can search. You can modify it. It's just a little bit more convenient to use it over here. And every meeting that you create in the portal or from anywhere is based on this template. In this case, I only have a meeting default meeting values. So whenever I create a meeting, it will use these settings. And that's also an addition. So some of them we start moving more settings to the portal, let's say. Then let me see. Yeah, the attendance report. That's also a new feature. It always was available in our old reporter, let's call it, but the new reporter now also has it. You can create an attendance report by clicking on the meeting and hitting attendance on a specific time. So let me see. The meeting was started at 2:10. If I want to create an attendance report from 2:20, you can do that like that. And it will generate a report showing the attendance at that specific time. Some regions, some laws require this to be able to capture this, and this can be done now. It will be stored here. So also, if you open so every meeting gets an entry here. So if you go to reports, every meeting here, all those entries are single meetings. But if you open the report, you can show sub-reports of it. So besides the transcription that I already showed, you can see the attendance report of the specified time, and you can also show, for example, the dedicated voting report. So also the attendance report is new here. Let's jump to the next one. the next topic. And the next topic is about the template editor. Yeah, as you might know, it is that we are transitioning from the old template editor to the new template editor. And the new template editor can be found over here in the portal, where so you can see there's still the most of the types are in maintenance, but you can change more and more of the types and fields you can change over here. So let me see, Control Home. So if you open the new template editor and one of the templates, you can see that we again made a big change, big improvement on the template editor, where more and more of the components are possible to be changed. Buttons can be modified. The button interaction type can be modified, and what we did in order to make this, well, easier than before, was we made new base types. We call those the buttons, labels, and text areas. Those are the 3 new base types. And we migrated all buttons that we had before, all different button types, all different labels, all different text areas. We migrated them into those 3 base types. And then within the base type, you can select, for example, for a button, you can select the interaction that you want to assign to this button. Previously, you always had to choose between, well, 5, 6, 7 different button types. And we decided we wanted to move them all back into one. And that's what you see here. So you see a lot of the, well, you see all the actions that are available. And if you have an action selected, you can also hover the information bubble, showing a smaller description, smaller or longer description of the button. Here you can also see the require confirmation option that I believe already showed. Yes. And further, yeah, some buttons, they have just more options, and then it's also available here. So we did made a lot of additions here. Also, we added the way labels can be modified, so the text width can be modified here. The rotation is better supported. Of course, the things that are not new to this release, but new to the new template editor, is the fact that you can zoom, that you can go back and forth. So Control Z, Control Y. And here, by the way, jumping back to the labels, you can also see how that works. So if you select one of the labels, you can see this is a label, and then it will show you all the possible label types, let's say, that we have. You can choose them here. Also, again, with some explanation in case it is required, so you can check the additional information over here. Yeah, and as said, that the same holds for the text area. So I believe this is a text area. Yeah, text area. It's also a base group with more subtypes, let's say. Then further, we also improved on the font sizes. Some of you that are familiar with the template editor know that sometimes for some components, if you put the font size on 18 and another one on 18 as well, that it would not appear as big. So they will appear in different sizes. This also has been all checked up again, and everything should be good now. So everything is now unified in that way. And what is important to note about this is the fact that this requires a migration, and this is automatically done by the software. So we detect whether a template is old or new, and if it is old, we transform it to the new sizing, let's say, and to the new button types, and everything should normally just work after a migration. It's a good thing to mention that going back to an older version, of course, breaks the templates. So meaning, if you prepare your templates on a 12.2 installation, you export it and import it in 12.1 or earlier installation, then things go wrong. This is just a standard concept, let's say, but it's good to point out here as well, because maybe you want to prepare templates in your own machine and then move to the end customer, let's say. So, but that's just a point to be cautious about. So those are the main new things in the template editor. Also, a lot of effort has been put in rescaling buttons, aligning buttons. As you can see, I hold Shift now, so the aspect ratio is maintained. If you don't do that, it's being done differently. So all those kind of things. Changing the font size can be done by dragging around just the how do you say it? This bounding box, let me call it. So yeah, we're making steps here as well. Of course, you can still, as you can see, a lot of still in a wireframe format, so you cannot modify the settings of it. You can modify the positions, but not the settings. Therefore, still the old, well, let's call it the old template editor is still the go-to tool. I think that's it about the template editor. Then we have two topics left. So topic 7 is the video template. Completely different topic. I will bring back my EasyCam display. So the video template is one of the views in EasyCam that has been available for some years now, and you can see it on the right-hand side. So the left-hand side is the meeting, is the main screen. The right-hand side is the video template. And what you see is that you can reuse other views inside this video template view. If you're familiar with ATEM switchers from Blackmagic, you might know the super source. Well, this is a little bit like a super source. So you can reuse other views inside new designs, and you can design these templates in the template editor. I can hit F10 here, then it will open the template that you see. Right now you can see that the boxes are all here. So that explains in basics the video template. Well, what we did, and it was previously not possible, this video template, so the right-hand side over here, is now also a user interface client. It's a little bit of a technical story, but you can see what happens as soon if I open this dialog with, well, this screen with settings. You can see there's an entry, it's called the video template, and you can see it also highlights the boundary. And the template being rendered now is coming from this client. And this client is assigned to the video template UI group. Well, what does it give you? It gives you whatever you are used. Well, make it a little smaller. I was a little bit optimistic. It gives you triggers, automatic updates, and everything inside the video template. And I can show you. I can show it by pointing out these triggers. So I put a trigger on the voting started and voting stopped. And what does it mean? As soon as you start the voting, it will trigger another template. And as soon as you stop it, of course, it will trigger another one. Well, the examples that I have here are quite simple, huh? So 2 video boxes, but on the blue one, yes, on the blue one, you can already see that it's now dynamically displaying the template. So the clock is a demonstration of the fact that it just updates all the time. And you can also put in a list of voting results, a list of request to speak list, the title of the agenda, yeah, whatever is possible in the other screens is also possible now here. So although it's kind of a small step, it's also a big step because it opens up a lot of new possibilities that we previously didn't have. Yeah, that's the video template actually. Let me see what else we have. Yeah, so one more thing, it's the breakout rooms in Connect, the last topic. The breakout rooms is, yeah, as I said, you know, probably know the breakout rooms from other conferencing tools like Teams, is the possibility to allow subgroups of participants, of remote participants, to join in, let's say, in a separate call. And that's now also added in Connect in EasyConf. If I enable EasyConf Connect for this meeting, you can see the buttons over here highlight. We added some more buttons for the in this case for the administrator, who can force everybody, all the remote participants, into their breakout room, or you can allow them to manually go into the breakout room if they want to. And it really is the same thing as with Teams. So you end up in a separate group where you can have your separate discussion after some minutes come back to the plenary room, let's say. And this addition, well, the group that you will end up in is the same as your group in EasyConf, or you can choose to have an alternative grouping, let's say. So then you can use our breakout property that is available in the portal under every user, to assign everybody to a dedicated breakout room, for example. Yeah, this edition was also a requirement for a German certification that required this. And actually, the whole suite, our suite, ticked all the boxes except for this breakout room part. So that's also one of the reasons that we added. Well, we heard it before, but this put some more, how do you say, some more pressure on it to finalize it. And it's good to know that the whole suite actually got this certification. So in a part of Germany, and the governmental part, EasyConf, our whole suite, now got this certification. One of the only, I think, even the only product, let's say, that ticks all the boxes for remote voting and for hybrid meetings, let's say. So that's also a good thing to know, even if you're not in Germany, is the fact that those kind of institutes certify our products. And that's basically it. I think I'm through the topics. In case you still have a question, or just a new question boils up after this session, of course, you're very welcome to send us an email. We were actually blown away by the interest in this session. Currently 80 people online, so a lot of thanks for that. And yeah, hope to see you next time.